When this stray kitten approached a man walking his dog, what followed was indeed endearing. One fine day when this man was out on a stroll with his dog in the neighborhood, but soon he noticed an unlikely creature following his dog around. It was but a small kitten whom he stopped and petted. From the looks of it, the kitten too seemed to have enjoyed the attention, but little did he realize what a great adventure his kind gesture would soon ensue. John Nainaber, along with his loving wife Leslie, lives in the beautiful city of Cleveland, Ohio. This couple from Ohio are avid animal lovers and have adopted 3 cats and a dog in their home. With the company of these 4 furry companions, they thought their family was now complete, but fate had other plans. This pair is well aware of the fact that with cute pets comes tough responsibilities. For instance, if you happen to get a dog, you'll have to take care of his daily walks, and on one such walk, this remarkable incident took place in the summer of 2016. Though John had taken his dog on a walk through this path 100 times before, this particular one was gonna stay with him for a long time. As both John and his loyal companion was strolling through the entangled pathways in his neighborhood, a tiny ginger kitten walked up to them. Now, just the fact that a kitten walked up to them is curious enough on its own. My husband and I live in Cleveland, Ohio, in an area with a lot of feral cats, Leslie told Love Meow in June 2017. This tiny kitty cat was a bit different from the rest, it seemed, since she wasn't fazed by either John nor his dog. We have a basset hound, Leslie continued, and one day my husband was walking the dog when he called me and told me he found this adorable little kitten that just seemed like he wanted attention. Charmed by this brave little feline, John stopped in his tracks and decided to amuse and play with the kitten for a bit. He even told his wife about him, and Leslie too rushed to the scene to play with her and treat her to some delicious food. Clearly, in a really short time, this kitten had made a huge impact on the hearts of this couple. Eventually, this couple was forced to leave this kitten be as time demanded them to continue with their daily chores. But this fuzzy little kitten had other plans in her head. Though her new friends were now on their way, she wanted to spend more time with them and decided to follow them. Amused by the kitten's resilience, Nainabers decided to pull out their phone and record the kitten's antics. In the footage, you can see this kitten tailing both John and his dog restlessly. Leslie told Love Meow he poked his head through a little chain link fence. He started following John and me as we were walking away. He seemed determined to stay with us. The couple was overwhelmed by this kitten's determination and decided to let her follow them to their home. Once the couple returned home with their new friend, she decided to give this presumably tired little kitten some treats in form of some TLC. When I got him home, he was really dirty, and I tried to clean him the best I could. He seemed hungry, Leslie explained. It was a much-deserved gift in our opinion. Even though this kitten now possessed a very special place in this Ohio couple's heart, they couldn't just take her in. Their hands were already full with all the other fur babies they'd been taken care of. But they were committed to finding this lovely little thing a deserving home, and this is where Leslie's sister came to the rescue. Sarah too, like her sister, was a huge animal enthusiast and loved all animals. So Leslie thought that she would be able to present a perfect place for this lovely kitten to live and grow in. And she was right. Sarah stepped in and picked up the adorable little feline the very next day. As Sarah brought this baby cat home, the first thing she needed to do was name him, and so this kitten would be called Pinot from that day onwards. And although Leslie was well aware Pinot was in the best place he could possibly be, she felt sad parting from him. She really wished she could adopt him. I'll admit that it was really hard to give Pinot away, Leslie told Love Meow. He was just this brave, determined little soul who wanted to survive and was the cutest kitten we'd ever seen. Leslie was truly infatuated with this little kitten, and we can't really blame her. We would have been too. Regardless of the missed opportunity, Leslie took comfort in the fact that Pinot was still in the family and she could visit him anytime she wanted. Some would say Pinot here was getting the best of both worlds. It made me really happy my sister took him in, Leslie said, because I knew I'd get to see him grow and I could always visit him. Unsurprisingly, little Pinot was having a similar effect on Leslie's sister. Indeed, it was a case of love at first sight, as the moment she laid her eyes on this delightfully fuzzy little kitten, she was awestruck. She was determined from that moment that she'd bring him back to health. Following that day, this kitten made a few visits to the vet, and very soon Pinot would feel right as rain again. Although fortunately the couple decided to take this kitten home with them, they believe things could have gone very differently for little Pinot had they not sheltered him when they did. My sister Sarah was seriously an angel, she gushed. I'm convinced he would have died if he hadn't brought him home. Now, a year after Pinot had been rescued, he's in a good shape. And this no longer little tomcat loves nothing more than causing tons of mischief. He's obsessed with Q-tips to the point where Sarah has found them scattered all over her bathroom, Leslie revealed. And he loves watching birds from their apartment window. What's more is Pinot's no longer a fuzzy ball of fur but is now evolved into a huge furry monster. The vet thinks he has some Maine Coon in him, Leslie told Love Meow. He still has some of his street smarts and will often find him hiding around a corner ready to pounce. Fortunately for this little feline, he no longer has to rely on his wily ways to survive. Now he spends his days sleeping in his favorite cardboard and playing in the kitchen's cupboard. His days are spent stalking birds and night cuddling with his adopted mother, Sarah. This kitty is now living the feline dream.